More than oncology, we are your partner in life, AO Multi-Specialty Clinic, providing excellence in wellness. Let's see where it takes us. Good morning, Augusta.
The headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys.
One more hot day, and then we're on the road to relief. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, the Polynesian culture comes to life in Columbia County. We'll take you to a big celebration. Plus, 3 people killed in a shooting at a Dollar General in Jacksonville, while the FBI is calling it a hate crime. And later, one man's journey from the brink of death to a life-saving champion. We'll share his story as your favorite weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Cabbage Talk. Coverage you can count on begins with a teenager killed in a deadly shooting in Rennes. The incident happened early Saturday morning on Washington Street. Authorities found 19-year-old Kyra Shields shot at least once. She later died at the hospital. The GBI is investigating. Of course, contact authorities if you know anything. Despite the heat, people in Columbia County took part in the first South Pacific Festival. The festival was filled with Polynesian culture, food, music, dance, and so much more. Bria Smith spoke with one man, born and raised in Hawaii. He recently just got back from visiting family who lived miles away from where the wildfires took place.
What's unique to our island and our culture is the aloha spirit and the community, and it's sad that it takes something like this devastation to bring that out, but we live it every day. We're born and raised with it. It's innate in us. That's why even though nobody asked me to volunteer, I feel compelled.
And organizers say while the festival was only for a day, they will continue their efforts to support their family back home in Maui. Today, a national cycling championship is coming to Fort Gordon as well as Augusta. The race will involve around 900 cyclists ages 30 and older, as well as paracyclists. Those are athletes with disabilities. The event is expected to have an economic impact of $500,000. This is the second time in 10 years this championship has been held in the Garden City.
Think about all the other cities, and Augusta's been able to host this twice, and that just kind of goes to show the kind of relationship that the Sports Council's been able to maintain with folks at USA Cycling, as well as other event organizers that we work with on an annual basis.
And just keep in mind the races do mean road closures. Downtown, Broad Street from 9th until 7th Street will be closed, as well as Reynolds Street between 7th and 9th. The Edgefield Historical Society and the Main Street Players are teaming up again to help a teenage cancer patient. The event is called Going Caring for Cancer. It's a cabaret concert. It will take center stage at the Discovery Center in downtown Edgefield starting at 3 p.m. It's in honor of an 18-year-old Karen who was diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma. It will feature some of the most well-known names from Aiken and Edgefield theaters. Those tickets are $25. Allendale County Schools getting a new superintendent, and this week you can meet a finalist for the top spot. Her name is Dr. Valerie Cave. Parents, students, community members, everyone invited to meet her at a community-wide reception. It will take place Thursday at 4. The event will be in the cafeteria over at Allendale Fairfax High School. Meteorologist Sherry Sheely joins us now with a quick check of the forecast. Just one more day, and then cool down.
Yeah, hang on for one more day.
Hang on, I can't.
Right now, looking outside on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam, little gloomy start to this Sunday as we do have some fog in some low-lying areas and a little low-level clouds there for us to start off the day. So we do have some issues with visibility here in Augusta, down to 4 miles, and Aiken County down to 5, and Sylvania down to 5. So keep that in mind as you head out this Sunday morning. That might need to take it a little slower to get to your destination safely. Satellite radar on the upper levels. We do have some showers and storms between Aiken and Barnwell County here into Orangeburg County, and then of course those clouds also in the area as well for us. Temperatures Temperature-wise, still another toasty day, 73 right now in Augusta. Already in those upper 70s, Barnwell, Bamberg, and Allendale. Edgefield and Saluda looks like our cooler spots there at 73 and 74. So yesterday we forecasted 100. It got there at my house, but according to the official records, only 98 here at Augusta. So we didn't tie the record, but certainly a toasty day, and we did pick up 2/100 of an inch of rain yesterday for us here in Augusta. So back at home today for your praise planner this morning. Again, some fog this morning. Temperatures in those upper 70s, quickly warming into the 80s, and by lunchtime we will be in those 90s. So have those shades handy, but definitely no jacket necessary, as we do still have that heat advisory in effect from Wilkes County down to Emmanuel County until 8 o'clock tonight. So again, another hot day, but relief is on the way. I'll have all the details on what you can expect for the upcoming week coming up. Back to you, Sean.
Sherry, sounds good, thank you. We're breaking overnight. 3 U.S. Marines are dead and 23 others are injured. This after an aircraft crashed during a multi-nation training exercise in Australia. Officials say 5 of the injured are now in critical condition. It happened earlier this morning when one of the Marine Corps helicopters fell out of the sky on a northern Australian island. 3 people were killed Saturday afternoon inside a store in Jacksonville, Florida, in what authorities called a racially motivated shooting. Chuck Severson has those details.
A huge police response in Jacksonville, Florida, after a gunman opened fire inside a Dollar General store.
The Jacksonville has suffered the loss of 3 precious lives at the hands of an active shooter.
Police say the suspect, a white male in his 20s, entered the store dressed in tactical gear and armed with an AR-style rifle and a handgun. 3 people were killed before the shooter took his own life. Authorities say all 3 victims were black, 2 men and 1 woman. The FBI says it's investigating.
Hate crimes are always and will always remain a top priority for the FBI because they are not only attack on a victim, they are also meant to threaten and intimidate an entire community.
Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan visited the scene shortly after the attack.
Well, I'm heartbroken, obviously. We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate.
According to investigators, the suspect sent his father a text message early Saturday afternoon saying to check his computer. His family then called the Clay County Sheriff's Office after finding writings allegedly by the suspect.
Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people.
Jacksonville now in mourning.
The people in this community, they're hurting, and they have every right to. You know, this makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now. You know, we got kids in this community seeing all of this, and this is unnecessary.
Chuck Severson, ABC News, New York.
Tomorrow, a trial date is set for former President Donald Trump involving the 2020 federal election obstruction case. Trump is not expected to appear. His attorneys will be present to discuss a trial date. Legal experts say neither the special counsel nor Trump's team will likely get their desired result. Prosecutors want to see the trial get underway within 3 months, while Trump's attorneys suggested a 3-year preparation period. Experts say the trial still could happen before next year's presidential election. Also, this Monday will mark 60 years since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. led 250,000 people in the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Saturday, thousands gathered at the Lincoln Memorial to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the late Reverend's iconic I Have a Dream speech. Organizers of this year's commemoration say today the fight is about voter suppression, housing discrimination, police and racial violence, and racial disparities in employment and education, along with other basic civil rights. Remembering a beloved game show host. We'll take a look back at the life of Bob Barker. That's coming up next.
Black excellence.
Now to the passing of Bob Barker, the beloved longtime host of The Price is Right. Barker, who was also a dedicated animal rights activist, died peacefully at his home in Hollywood Hills Saturday morning of natural causes. He was just a few months shy of turning 100. Here's Zoreen Shaw.
Come on down! Bob Barker and his legendary catchphrase were steady guests in American living rooms across multiple generations, from the old to the young.
They tell me that they schedule their classes so they can watch The Price is Right.
Barker was a television staple, hosting The Price is Right for 35 years.
Here is the first item up for bids.
He began his career in radio and shot to TV stardom as host of Truth or Consequences in 1956.
Bob Barker, sing about, I hope all your consequences are happy.
Bob Barker was born Robert William Barker in 1923 in Darrington, Washington, but spent part of his childhood on a South Dakota Indian reservation. His destiny may have been sealed as early as high school, where he met his first and only wife, Dorothy Jo, as he told Deborah Roberts in 2007.
And I finally got the opportunity to do an audience participation show. Dorothy Jo heard it. When I got home, she said, "That's what you should do." If I have had any successes, she shares them.
It's been a long time since she passed.
1981, October 19th, 1981.
They were married for 37 years. Barker's success gave him a way to promote his purpose. Alongside longtime girlfriend Nancy Burnett, he was a passionate animal advocate, signing off his show every day with a reminder.
Help control the pet population and your pet's regular needs.
Barker retiring from The Price is Right in 2007.
I'm 83 now, and so I think it's a good time to say goodbye, because I want to leave them wanting more.
And he did, even making his big screen debut, poking fun at his nice guy personality in Happy Gilmore.
All right, let's go.
Barker viewed his time on TV as a way for people to escape.
I think it's pure entertainment. We don't solve the problems of the world, but we help people forget their problems for an hour, we hope.
Children first on
It's a Goldilocks experience. Some heating and air conditioning contractor prices are too high. There's an extra charge for everything. Some advertised prices are too low. You know, like not real. Contact Styles Heating and Cooling, the company that is just right. Styles has been keeping area homeowners comfortable for more than 50 years. You can't trust just anyone with a truck. Styles repairs it right the first time and replaces only what can't be repaired. See us on the web at stylesair.com.
Respect.
Would you both like to settle the case that way? Plaintiff, defendant.
The People's Court.
Wonderful.
Monday morning at 10 on News Channel 6. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So we do have a little something showing up on our live Viper 6 radar at Barnwell to Bamberg County. Just a little cell there. Might hear a few rumbles of thunder as you wake up this morning, and certainly that will help make things a little bit cooler there for you. So zooming in closer, so that's going to be into Orangeburg County mainly from north down to Norway, but into Barnwell County just north of Williston and Blackville and Ashley, and into Denmark and Bamberg County. Again, might hear some rumbles of thunder and some rain on the roof this morning as you wake up this Sunday morning. Back here in Augusta on our Skyview cam, thanks to our friends at Terry Lambert, we've got a little bit of gloom there in the skies. Roads may be a little wet from yesterday as we did pick up a little bit of rain yesterday. But right now, temperatures in those lower 70s, 73 for us. Light wind coming from the east at 3 miles per hour. And also, we've got some fog to contend with as visibility is limited down to 4 miles here in Augusta and also limited in other areas as well. So let's look at the big picture. We've got a lot going on here. So closer to home, we've got this front draped across us, which is going to be stalling out over the weekend to change our weather up and give us an unsettled pattern. But also, we've got a lot going on in the tropics and one last day of heat advisories, kind of the big picture here. So let's start off by talking about Hurricane Franklin. So now a Category 1, moving at 8 miles per hour right now. The track of it, no threat to us, even though this could be our first major hurricane of the season, making it up to a Cat 4 by as early as Monday. But the good news is, as you can see, we're here in Augusta. It is well off to our east. Unless you have plans to go to Bermuda over the next couple of days, no threat to us, but just something of interest to keep an eye on. The thing we really want to keep an eye on here is now Tropical Depression 10. It is just off, actually right at the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula right now, and it is gaining strength. But the track is what we're paying close attention to. It's got a slow start, but once it gains speed, right now it is tracking right to the impact of Florida and could bring impacts to us as well as early as the middle of the week. Still a little early to tell exactly where it's going to make landfall and exact impacts for us, but definitely something we're going to keep an eye on as it will affect our forecast coming up this week. It will be a name storm here shortly, and the next name will be Idalia. I believe I'm saying that right. So we've made it well into the middle of the alphabet as we're approaching peak hurricane season. Moving a little closer to home, we do need some rain as we are in the first and second levels of drought for Saluda County and Barnwell, Bamberg, and Allendale in that first level of drought. So definitely need the rain, and the good thing is it is in the forecast for the next several days. Today we are at a 50% chance of rain, and those chances will continue for the next couple of days. Increasing chances again middle of the week, depending on what those tropical systems do, may increase those chances as well. Your future cast for today will start off mostly sunny, but moving into the afternoon we'll start to see some pop-up showers and storms with the heat of the day, and that will continue throughout the evening hours and overnight. Some of these could become severe, with the main threat being heavy rain and also some wind. So definitely keep an eye on that as we move through the afternoon, and then it's kind of wash and repeat for the next several days this week. But the good news is cooler temps are on the way. So today, last hot day there at 95. Again, heat advisories in effect for our western lying counties. But then with the rain, we get the cooler temps. It sure is nice to see some 80s there, Sean. Yeah.
I need to cancel my trip to Bermuda.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Bermuda anytime this week, but otherwise you should be okay. Just have the umbrella handy.
Sounds good to me. Thank you. Well, it's a new prices for one major airline. What's trending is next.
Hey everybody, the keys to a designated driver or call a ride service. It saves lives and prevents a costly DUI arrest. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Hey there, welcome back. Time to take a look at what's trending. So Korea's largest airline will soon begin weighing passengers before they board the planes. This practice isn't about body shaming, allegedly. Though Korean Air says it's one of many airlines that the government requires them to record data on the plane's weight. So that data helps inform decisions about fuel needs and proper weight distribution on flights. Passengers and their carry-ons will be weighed at the gates before boarding. I'm not sure if I like that, Sherry.
I know. Can you hold your carry-on when they weigh you? So you can be like, oh, it's just the bag. It's just my baggage.
It's baggage weight.
Yeah, as long as they don't charge the ticket prices based on the weight, I guess,
Oh gosh,
okay.
so if someone is literally a ton.
Yeah, that would be a little shameful there. But I guess as long as it's between you and the person with the scale.
Well, I'm just not going to fly on their airlines.
Yeah, I don't have any plans to go to Korea anytime soon, so I think we're okay.
I think we're okay. Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta, from cardiac arrest to CPR crusader, the man who turned tragedy on a basketball court into a teachable moment. That's coming up, but first let's send to New York, where Gio Benitez is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning to you. So good to see you on this Sunday morning. Coming up here on GMA, breaking this morning, 3 Marines killed and 20 injured in an aircraft crash during a multi-nation training exercise over in Australia. The recovery efforts underway, what we're learning coming up. Plus, a community in mourning and demanding answers after a racially motivated shooting left 3 dead in Jacksonville, Florida. What authorities are saying right now as the city's sheriff joins us here this morning. And big movie screen savings today, where to check out which theaters are offering $4 ticket deals for National Cinema Day. That is all ahead. More right here on GMA.
From Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
It's 7:28. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sean Cabbage Stock. A Charlotte man is a living, breathing example of being a survivor nearly a decade ago. His basketball career ended abruptly with a near-death experience on the court, but as John Lee tells us, he found new life with a mission that's bigger than sports.
I did not see the lights, but I was at peace.
We've all heard that time is of the essence. The understatement of a lifetime, especially when it's your life on the line.
There's a lot of things I don't remember.
At places like Queen's University, Omar Carter's story breathes life into a teachable moment.
So I went out of state I played college basketball, and I also played professionally. The response that I have got from telling my story helps me continue the mission. And I had a cardiac arrest. My heart stopped for 13 minutes. I was in a coma for 3 days. I was passing it to my friend, he passed it back to me, and that's when I collapsed.
He went down in July of 2013 during a game at the Grady Cole Center in Charlotte. Carter says most were afraid to help because they weren't CPR certified.
So clinically speaking, that 13 minutes that my heart stopped, I was completely dead.
He recalls a sense of peace during that 780 seconds.
I was on the beach, just kind of relaxing, and I remember just next being at, it kind of fenced in, almost at a Fisher-Price play area.
During that time, ICU cardiac nurse Kelly Thomas was among the few who came to his rescue and did chest compressions and quickly got help to locate a defibrillator.
3 days later, after I woke up from my medically induced coma, the doctor said it was like it never happened. So I woke up, didn't have to go through any rehab. I started my mental journey, if you will, to recovery.
As an athlete, he once assumed he had all the time in the world. At Charlotte Christian, he played with close friend and now NBA legend Stephen Curry. After starring at Charleston Southern and Appalachian State, Carter competed professionally in Brazil. But the cardiac arrest was the end of his career.
My mother was trying to figure out, okay, how can I get my son back active, right? How can I get him out of this depression, out of this slump of what I went through? She said I should start a foundation. When I hear the clicking is a couple of things. One, that means I'm going deep enough.
And today, the beat goes on.
As a fellow athlete, I don't want to scare us, right? But there are real life situations that happen.
The Omar Carter Foundation raises awareness about cardiac health, providing CPR and AED education to athletes and anyone else willing to learn.
Bystander CPR is just basically you and I able to teach CPR if somebody were to go down. Certification is more so for lifeguards, anybody that's in the hospital, and that's what we're teaching them today, just to do something rather than nothing. So if we compare up to a dummy,
the Queen's University softball team attended one of his 45-minute sessions on campus.
We're just faking like this is a live person.
And you might say the class was rated PG.
And then I just go to the beat, stand alive. My singing is terrible, but I'm going to sing for you. It's just staying alive, staying alive.
I feel like taking his bad situation and making sure that everybody is educated.
Y'all ready to walk?
Yeah.
Let's walk.
Let's do it.
Recently, the first Omar's Walk at Queens U helped spread his message.
This is near and dear to like a lot of our hearts. I met a couple of survivors.
October is Sudden Cardiac Arrest Awareness Month.
You had your cardiac arrest October.
Yeah, I see. I like to kickstart things. You know, I like to really get into
Look
it.
into it.
At the event, we overheard a poignant exchange.
But just what happened? Because I always like to hear.
Omar hears the story of a fellow survivor.
It was like a perfect storm, the doctors called it. So I was down for about, well, I had the phone call. I was 6 minutes, 27 seconds.
Wow.
So far, the Omar Carter Foundation has given CPR training to close to 20,000 people. That includes student athletes at Queens University, Davidson College, and App State. Cardiologist Dr. Rohit Matha is the foundation co-chair.
The big thing is, less than 40% of people who have an arrest actually get CPR. CPR is cheap, easy, simple to do, and profoundly impactful.
Omar's walk went on for a symbolic 13 minutes. Now, in basketball terms, that's 1 minute more than a quarter of a pro game. Omar has made the most out of the years that, in a sense, feel like overtime.
My life is to where it needs to be, and that's educating others. That's being able to teach CPR and AD awareness. 3, 2, 1, switch. But to be honest with you, I think it's more than that, right? I think it's being an example to, when something tragic happens, you don't have to just, wallow to the side, kind of being your feelings. We're going to do it one more time.
Most of us who would have something as catastrophic as this wouldn't recover from this psychologically for a long time. And for him to be able to recover that quickly, I think is a testament to his strength of will and kind of his big heart.
So you want to try to get the click because that means you're going deep enough.
That's powerful to me just because he's turning something that could have killed him into like saving possibly millions of lives.
For a man who devoted so much of his life to basketball, the pivot is powerful.
There is meaningfulness outside of what you thought was going to happen. What I thought was going to happen was basketball, and I was able to go down this path.
Now he races to empower as many as he can to save lives. Because as he's learned, time is of the essence. In Charlotte.
3, 2, 1. Okay, we can stop.
And that was a good story. And Sherry, how's the forecast looking?
Not bad.
Okay, not bad.
One more hot day, and then we get some relief, get some rain. It's looking better, if that's what you.
And you said Wednesday is like 82 or something like that, right?
Yes, 80's on the way.
Yes.
Yay! Yeah, bring out the sweaters, right? But for today, one more day with some heat and some sunshine. So looking at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam, we do have some clouds here in Augusta, but do have a beautiful sunrise there peeping through. But also check out this lower level of fog there, as we do have some issues with visibility here in Augusta. Down to 4 miles, Thompson down to 7, Aiken 5, Sylvania, down to 1. So definitely some fog out there, so keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Might need a little extra time in your commute. Satellite radar, we do have those low-level clouds here and into Aiken and Barnwell and Vanburgh counties. Also some showers popping up there, so some moderate to heavy rain falling there to wake up to this morning. Temperature-wise, already heading towards the toasty side. 73 in Augusta, 77 in Barnwell, 73 in Saluda. So 70s all across the board for us, and unfortunately they're going to keep climbing as it's another hot day for us. So your planner for this morning, definitely going to be a toasty one once that fog burns off. Going to make it into the 90s by lunchtime today. Do have a heat advisory in effect from Wilkes County down to Emmanuel County until 8 o'clock today. But then relief is on the way. We've got rain in the forecast, we've got cooler temperatures, and also a good bit going on in the tropics. I'll go over all that with you coming up in your full forecast. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Sherry, thank you. A major retailer is issuing refunds for vodka. We'll tell you why. Coming up next.
The live Viper 6 comes in. We are professional grade.
Costco is offering refunds for its Kirkland brand vodka. This comes after customers complain about the taste of Kirkland's signature American vodka. Costco sent an email to customers admitting the recent batches of the vodka did not meet the company's quality standards. This goes for Kirkland vodka sold between June 12th and August 10th. Costco has since removed the bad-tasting vodka from the shelves. Sherry has another check of your forecast, and the tropics heating up. Details coming up next.
I'm Mike Hostel. Customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So good Sunday morning to you, and it is a beautiful morning indeed here in Augusta. We've got a nice little sunrise here on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at AU Health. But with that, we do have some clouds mixed in there and also some fog to contend with. Visibility down to 4 miles here in Augusta. Other areas, I think it was Sylvania, down to 1 mile, so definitely keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Winds nice and light coming from the east at 3 miles per hour, and temperatures in those lower 70s. So we have a lot going on here. So the bigger picture here, first of all, we got to talk about the heat. So we do have a heat advisory in effect for our western line counties until 8 o'clock tonight. Then we've got this front that is stalled out over us, which is really going to change our weather for the next several days. An unsettled pattern coming up. And then, of course, we've got a lot going on in the tropics. So let's start there. So we do have Hurricane Franklin to talk about. It is a Cat 1 hurricane right now, moving at 8 miles per hour to the northwest. The good news is no concerns to us, no direct threats, as it's going to stay well off our coast. But it is of interest because it could become our first major hurricane of the season, up to a Cat 4 as early as tomorrow afternoon. So definitely something of interest, but nothing of concern for us unless you have plans to go to Bermuda. On the other hand, we have Tropical Depression 10 here off the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. Definitely want to keep an eye on this guy, as the trajectory of this is definitely going to be direct impacts to the U.S. as it's looking to become a hurricane in the next couple of days. And right now it's looking like it will make direct impacts to Florida by the middle of the week. And current track, it will impact our weather. It's too soon to tell the exact impacts and the exact timing, but definitely will have an impact on our weather towards the middle of the week. So we'll continue to track that and keep you updated. If that becomes a name system, which I'm sure it will, next name, we're in the eyes with Idalia. So that's coming up probably in the next couple of days. Looking closer to home. So we've got rain in the forecast, and that is great We do have some drought to contend with in Saluda County, as well as Barnwell, Bamberg, and Allendale. So we're looking for that rain to help with that situation, even though for the year, not looking too shabby as we're over 41.5 inches of rain, but we've got more on the way. Good news, after this dry, hot week, we do have rain in the forecast for the next several days. And again, we'll keep an eye on Tropical Depression 10, as that will definitely affect those rain chances coming up. But for your Sunday, let's take a look. We've got the temperatures and the future cast here. So warming up, another hot day in the mid-90s, and with the heating of the day, once we're in the middle of the day, that's when we'll start seeing those showers and storms popping up. But it looks like the better chance is going to be in the late evening into the overnight hours. So could have some heavy rains there, and also some winds to contend with as we move into the overnight hours and into your Monday. Then we'll see some clearing there Monday, and then kind of wash and repeat with storms and showers firing up Monday afternoon as well. The good news, with that rain, we get lower temps, but we do have the chance of severe weather, so at a marginal risk for the whole CSRA for your Monday. But for your Sunday, another warm one for us as we move into those mid-90s, and when you factor in the humidity, going to feel like triple-digit heat. But the good news is relief is on the way, because with the rain, we get the cooler temps, so have the umbrella handy, but no, it's going to be in the 80s later this week. That's your forecast, and we'll be right back.
Everybody has a Labor Day sale.
So why is Weinberger's any different?
Because we have tons of quality Weinberger furniture at low prices.
That's right. I bought a lot of extra inventory this summer, and it needs to go at any price.
We have store-wide markdowns on our huge selection in all 3 locations.
Get great quality, name brand furniture at huge discounts now through Labor Day.
Get the best prices on Weinberger's furniture this Labor Day, in stock and ready for delivery.
Lowe's knows.
Welcome back. Unity, History, and Culture will be in the air with an upcoming festival in Aiken. Joining me today to talk about the first ever Unity Week in Aiken is Donald and Donna Westby. Guys, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. So let's get right to it.
Yes.
It's October 21st to 23rd. Those are the dates being put on by Motor Village.
Yes.
So before we get into that, tell us a little bit more about your organization.
Okay, well, Emoji Village is a 501c3. My husband and I started it in 2020. It is a resource management and advocacy organization primarily targeted at assisting the least of these, as you might could say, those who are underserved and who've been underrepresented, to try to help create culture and community that's inclusive and diverse and equitable. And so what we do is focus on connecting that target population to the resources they need in order to create that equity and that balance. And so the programming that we have is designed to build up that community and empower that community so that collectively we all win.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that, we are great, but we can be better. And so we focus on doing whatever we can in whatever area we can to impact the positives of each person's life. We love life, and we want everybody to enjoy. Sometimes some lessons that they need to learn that we can teach. We pass on our experience and expertise wherever we can to build up our community.
Yeah, and let's talk about Unity, the Unity Weekend.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. What can folks expect?
Unity Weekend, they're going to expect a lot of fellowship, a lot of fun, a lot of great food, also learning. Starting off with Shout Fest. Can everybody say Shout Fest?
Shout Fest. Get your shout shoes.
Get your shout shoes, your tambourines, everything. Because Shout Fest is continuing. The 15th annual Shout Fest in Umoja Village is extremely excited that we'll be able to put it on again. That will be our kickoff event for Unity Weekend, which is all about bringing people together. Saturday, October 21st, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Beverly D. Clyburn Generations Park in Aiken. It's beautiful, it's spacious, vendors, a wonderful kid zone, and 19 different gospel artists. Our headliner, Rudy Currents, and everybody is looking forward to him, and Kalante Gavin, and so many others. And my husband and his team does an awesome job with the parking logistics.
Yeah, as big as that park is, we had it sure that
in
folks be
last
able to
year.
get in and be able to get out.
But of course, we want you to bring your lawn chairs and your monies to support the vendors. That's event number one.
Yes, ma'am.
Number two, I'm really also excited about that. Descended from the Promised Land, we developed a partnership with the USC Aiken Etheridge Center where we are going to show a short documentary about a town called Greenwood and in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was one of the wealthiest African American communities we've ever known. And unfortunately, in around 1921, that community was intentionally destroyed. But that community had so much wealth and millionaires, and there was an opportunity for generational wealth opportunities for their legacy that was destroyed. So, what we're going to do is have vendors there at the beginning in the reception at 2:30 at the Etheridge Center to kind of give people an opportunity to think about generational wealth and how you can create that in your families. And then we have an amazing panel discussion that's going to mobilize us toward social change dealing with generational wealth, because it's more than just being rich. If you don't know how to keep and grow the money so that you can pass it on from one generation to the next, then
it'll soon run out.
It'll run out. So that's going to be that Sunday, October 22nd, 2:30 p.m. Tickets are only $10 for senior citizens and students and $20 for the general public. And those are on sale at the Etheridge Center, or you can go on the Umoja Village website.
Okay, and then you also have a golf event.
Yes.
They're coming out Monday, all these big time golfers getting to swing their club.
Not big time or little time, it's all about fun.
It's all about fun, and that's going to be on that Monday, which is the 23rd. And so that'll be our first time putting that on, but we look, really getting a lot of sponsorship and help. So any volunteers who just looking for something to do, we'll take all volunteers as well, because again, we want that to be a great event, and the whole purpose behind it is just building up our community. The funds or whatever we generate from that, we put it right back in the community. Because again, go ahead.
And specifically going towards our crime prevention plan. So we work with a lot of the area youth mentorship organizations, as well as adults and second chance opportunities, and to help fund the Umoja Village Resource Center, which is located in Aiken. We've been planning this golf tournament over a year. It's going to be held at the beautiful Hounds Lake Country Club in Aiken, 9:30 a.m. shotgun start. And listen, there's one of our contests is the hole-in-one contest, which $10,000 would be the prize for a golfer who is able to get a hole-in-one in a certain hole. So all of the details about the full weekend is on the Umoja Village website, umojavillage.com. And volunteers, you can do that on our website as well.
Well, y'all, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
God bless you.
God bless y'all too. And we'll be right back.
With high inflation.
And here's another way folks can beat the heat. Today is National Cinema Day. People will enjoy films on the big screen at movie theaters across the country, and the best part about it is $4 for the movie tickets. So nationwide chains, including AMC and Regal, will be participating, and there will also be amazing concession deals, so you won't have to break the bank when you're headed to the movies today.
Sounds like a plan and a great place to be, as we have one last day of heat really to deal with as we start our cool down tomorrow, but also have that umbrella handy as we have afternoon showers and storms starting today and through most of the week.
Alrighty, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a great week. We're back next weekend, and take care. And I love you much.
It's grand opening celebration for Interiors Market, the newest concept store by Weinberger's Furniture. Right now, save $250 off any purchase over $9.99. Save on everything in store and save on anything you customize to order. This coupon is on top of our already discounted furniture, mattresses, and accessories. Don't miss the celebration and deals. Come see what's new. Interiors Market, right across the street from Weinberger's Furniture.